V W
VTR 6605 73 PAL, Murder in Mind, Part 1, Take 1.
Detective Constable Tom Patterson.
Cut it out, Frosty.
Well, after all, you solved the case of the vicar's missing lawnmower. Brilliant, incisive, forensic thinking, that was. You homed right in on the garden shed where he forgot he'd left it. Huh? Ooh, that's wishful thinking.
What do you mean?
Well, if we did get a case like this, do you think the superintendent would let you handle it?
Why not?
No, Tom, what you've got to remember is, to get on, you have to avoid treading on too many toes. Huh? Good morning, miss. Can I help you?
Voices.
Pardon?
I want to report a murder. I've committed them. On the last stroke of 12, it goes crazy. It makes a lot of noise. Enough noise to cover the breaking of the lock. We keep meaning to get it fixed.
But why do you have to break the lock in the first place? Don't you have a key?
But it has to look like a break-in. A burglary. In the study, there's a lot of glass. It's very valuable. Some of it's worth thousands. We steal some and make it look like a robbery. And then very gently up the stairs, turn the switch. I don't want to listen.
How did you do it? You killed this girl, this woman, Jill, whatever her name is. How? How did you do it?
With the poker.
And who's the man? The one who has established the alibi with the telephone. The one who she was blackmailing. Who is he?
Hello, Tom. Got here as soon as I could.
Wish you had a slower car. Nothing.
So this is the little lady who can't remember anything.
Oh, she remembers a lot. But not her name.
I see.
Look, can I stay?
Sorry. Outside.
Look, no. She's been talking about a murder.
Her medical well-being is the first consideration. Okay. Oh, and Tom, congratulations, by the way.
What for?
Your promotion to detective.
Oh, thanks. Thanks a lot.
All sewn up. Young Patterson strike.
Sounds totally improbable.
Well, she believes it.
Well, she might. It doesn't mean I have to. Fake break-in, murder. Any break-ins reported after midnight?
Well, I don't know.
Well, you didn't think to check, eh?
I didn't get round to it.
Frosty?
No, nothing, sir.
There, you see? Well, Doc.
She's definitely amnesiac and suffering from mild concussion, too. But there's no sign of bruising. Oh, she'll come out of it pretty soon. Be able to remember everything.
Including the murder?
Ah, yes. Tom told me about that.
Well, what do you think? Just a minute, just a minute. What's your opinion, Arthur? Could she be telling the truth?
It's possible. I doubt it, though. She's had a bump on the head. She could do or imagine anything.
Imagine, there, you see.
But she seems so definite.
Hard luck, lad. Any idea what caused the concussion?
Fall, car accident.
That's what I was trying to tell you. I've just found an abandoned car skidded off the road about a mile back. Nobody in it, nothing. Just this book.
What's up?
Take a look.
Drew. We know who you are now. Mrs. Drew. You see, there's a photograph of you and your husband. We've contacted him. He's coming to collect you.
The voices.
What about these voices, Mrs. Drew?
I'm tired.
The doc said to let us sit quiet. Just until your husband arrives, Mrs. Drew. Murder her at midnight.
It seemed real at the time. She made it seem real.
Didn't you know that fiction is always more real than fact? Ah, it's Mr. Drew, isn't it? I'm Superintendent Terson.
How's my wife?
Oh, she's fine, fine. The doctor's given her a sedative. The car's all right, too.
Never mind about the car. Where's Betty? She's in here, sir. Darling. Come on, my sweetheart. Come on, come to bed.
Darling, you do remember me, don't you?
I'm going to town, back later. You think you can hold the Fort Patterson? Just sit back, relax, and read a good book.
You can laugh.
Well, you know what they say? Laugh and grow fat.
Frosty? Suppose there had been a murder, like she said.
Oh, well, there wasn't, Tom. If there had been a break-in or a murder, we'd have heard about it by now.
Yes. Unless it was planned, but something went wrong.
Well, you'll get some rest and we'll talk about it later, huh?
George? And a wife.
That's right, darling. That's the only reason I married you. Pure financial necessity. She's right there. Does help.
Yeah. Company's in your wife's name and that kind of thing.
I thought you didn't worry about taxes.
Well, I don't, but I spent some time with the fraud squad.
And yeah. Want another drink?
No, thanks.
It is perfectly legal.
Mayhem maker. You know, we even discuss murder at breakfast.
Yes, well, I must be going. Thanks for the drink. Oh, Jill.
Jill?
Yes, the inspector wants to ring her. Remind her about the book that she promised to send him, but he doesn't know her second name. What is it, please?
Pembury. It's Jill Pembury.
Jill Pembury. Thank you. Bye.
No, I'm not going to do it.
Frosty.
Look, the case is closed, Tom. Closed.
Oh, come on, humour me. What harm can it do? Please. 279-415.
I'm only doing it so you'll stop this once and for all.
No, you can't have forgotten that. Bar talk in the bath is my favourite luxury. But perhaps it's a bit loud, huh?
Yeah, how's that?
Okay.
To him personally. Insist.
You insist?
I know where she is.
Darling, this doesn't concern you.
I know where she is.
How could you know if I do?
I'll show you.
My wife isn't herself.
The key.
Darling, you're not well.
The key.
What do you want the key for?
I want to find Jill.
Are you saying Miss Penbury's in there?
Open it, George.
You're not well. Well, you know perfectly well.
Do you have a
she's-
key to that cupboard?
Yes,
sir?
of course I
Well, if
have.
you wouldn't mind.
What kind of investigation is
It's
this?
no good, George. They know. I told them.
I know what?
It'd be easier if you opened the cupboard, sir.
We can break it open.
All right, you open the thing.
There, for Pete's sake. Not unless you've got fireproof ears.
But I left my stethoscope in there.
Oh, I think it'll be safe. I mean, if the superintendent hits him, he'll use his fists.
Oh, hello, Arthur. I thought you'd be back for that.
Thanks very much.
I'll be at home if anyone needs me for us. But just make sure if I am called that it's for something...
Weeks. It'd do you good. But I've already had my holiday this year. Don't you remember?
No. I don't remember everything.
Look, get some rest.
Hi, darling. Where have we got to?
Oh, I was a fool to believe anything she told me. Murder, blackmail.
Look, it wasn't your fault, really, you know, Tom. You took it too literally, and she led you astray.
Huh? Well, maybe you don't. I don't think you've ever met him. Anyway, he's the black sheep of the family.
Ali.
What? Is that where it happened? In an alleyway?
Ali.
An alleyway in this town?
Yes, Annie. I understand. He's in town tonight.
Police? Hello? Hello?
Can I speak?
Both of them with water pistols.
Yeah.
They felt the strong hand of the law on their backsides. Is there any coffee in that pot?
Yeah, I'll point them.
Oh, yeah. Tired.
Tom, there was a call for you.
Huh?
That Mrs. Drew.
What did she want?
Unimportant, she said.
Why did she call in the first place?
I don't know.
What are you staring at?
Oh, I wasn't staring. Just admiring.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wake you up. You still on duty?
Yeah.
Ah.
Cyril's wedding anniversary.
Hmm?
I said I'd stay over until he got here. Yeah, could say the same to you.
It's not my wedding anniversary.
No.
Not even that.
George. We don't have to.
We do.
Divorce.
No, it's not possible. Even if she agreed, it's not possible. Betty and I are inseparable. Financially, we're inseparable. No, this is the only way.
Hold me, darling, hold me.
Doc, it's me. Patterson, Tom Patterson.
Is it an emergency?
Emergency? Well, it might be. Look, I know it's late, but I just had to clarify something with you.
Not at this hour.
No, don't hang up. You remember a couple of weeks ago you examined that woman, Mrs. Drew?
Who?
Drew. That's right, yes, the one who got me busted. Well, you remember when you examined her, you said that she was highly strung. The sort of woman who might assume guilt, neurotic. Well, look, Doc, suppose a woman like that heard a crime being planned that involved someone she loved very much. What might she do? Panic. Well, that'd fit, wouldn't it? And then suppose she had a bad bump on the head. Well, that'd mix it all up, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
She'd come out only half remembering. Perhaps not even wanting to remember anything at all. She might then assume the guilt, mightn't she? Take the guilt on her shoulders, pretend it was her. Well, thanks, Doc. I'll talk to you again.
The superintendent will eat you alive after he's roasted you.
Take your time and tell me how you did it. Tell me exactly how you did it.
Just before midnight.
There's a call. It's an important meeting.
Yes.
He has to leave. That's the alibi, you see. He has to leave because he mustn't be involved. And then she'll be alone in the house. No telephone. Nothing. She'll be quite helpless.